CBS WNBA analyst Ericka Ayala joining us with her thoughts. Ericka, this was the good stuff. Playoff hoop, everybody going at it. A double-digit lead disappears. It really had everything you could ask for out of a game. You walk away from game 2 here feeling what?
I think that we're seeing exactly what the level of the WNBA is. There were so many questions about how Caitlin Clark would come in as a rookie. And we saw from her very first game against this Connecticut team to her very last game in her rookie campaign, once again against Connecticut, the growth and how that growth helped create more opportunities for then a healthy Kelsey Mitchell. But ultimately, it was the defense and the experience of the Connecticut Sun mixed with that trade deadline addition of Marina Mabrey to help them spread the floor and have perimeter shooting at the exact moment, opportune moments, taking advantage, coming in clutch. That's exactly what we're expecting from the rest of the WNBA playoffs.
Yeah, it looked like a complete package there from Connecticut. As you point out, Mabrey, great in those final moments of this game as well. You said something interesting there with the growth we saw from game 1 to the final game of this season in Caitlin Clark. The great ones, as we know, the offseason is where they truly grow, where they add to that game. Where do you see the space for the greatest growth for Clark after some much-deserved rest after what's been a whirlwind of a year?
Well, I think you just mentioned it. The rest is going to be key. Now that Caitlin Clark has a feel for the WNBA and WNBA playoff basketball, getting some rest after putting Iowa on her back for the last handful of seasons, after really helping this Indiana Fever team surge, now Caitlin Clark is going to continue to refine her recovery process. And this is already a deceptively strong and a very quick basketball player with high IQ. With some rest, it sounds like she might not play, at least in an organized league, either overseas or in the United States. So she will likely be working with coaches and other trainers to help just refine her body, strengthen her frame, and get her motions and movements that even quicker than she already is. And that's going to be dangerous.
You see it right there this season, this rookie campaign, historic in more ways than one. As you try and digest what we just saw, not just in this latest sample size from Clark, but over the entirety of the season, how do you think you'll file it away in your mental Rolodex what this rookie year was for Caitlin Clark?
It truly is a fantastic year. Again, leaning into how smart and how well Caitlin Clark can adapt. I think we definitely saw that because there were lumps, like many rookies have early on. But being in company with players like Cynthia Cooper, passing Tisha Penichero for most assists and assists per game in a WNBA season, and being within the top 10 of points per game among players like Simone Augustus, Maya Moore. You know, these are icons, players that young people, including Caitlin Clark, watched growing up, that helped evolve and refine the game to a point where, with Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and the rest of the rookie class, now we're seeing the league and the women's basketball game at the pro level in the United States truly take off.
Yeah, we certainly are, and April cannot come soon enough to get Caitlin Clark back on a court, but to the victor goes the topic, and that's what Connecticut does. They won this series in a 2-game sweep. They move forward and now await a dance partner that we will get an answer to in just a few hours as well, Ericka. This is a Connecticut team that, as we said, is constructed to win. Is there a limiting factor in your eyes when you put them against some of the biggest names in this sport?
You know, this is a Connecticut team that has gotten to the semifinals for those 6 consecutive seasons because of their consistency defensively. If you wanted to place an Achilles heel on this Connecticut team, it has been that while they can keep teams usually in the low 70s, that's usually what they're averaging even throughout the postseason, they're not always able to score more than 80 points. And when you get to the playoffs, when you're trying to make and then win a finals, as much as I, to my core, love defense in every sport, especially basketball, you absolutely have to have players that can make clutch baskets after you make clutch stops defensively. And that's why I wanted to point out Marina Mabrey earlier today. Now, she is someone who definitely can come up clutch. Her experience as far as in the playoffs and in championship scenarios at the WNBA level, not as much as some of these other Connecticut players, years, but it will be interesting to see if what Mabry brings in her toolkit, so to speak, in her toolbox, is exactly what will get Connecticut to where they want to be come the end of the season.
She was a difference in this one. We'll see if she is the difference maker moving forward. Ericka Ayala, it's a fun rookie season for Caitlin Clark, but we move forward with the Connecticut Sun. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, here's a look at that season where she ranked among the rookies, and you don't have to look far on those lists because she's at the top of all of them. Points, three-pointers, assists, historic there as well, and steals. Caitlin Clark has arrived. We've been so fortunate to watch this rookie season, but it comes to an end here on Wednesday night.
I feel like basketball has really consumed my life for a year, so I feel like it'll be good for me to kind of reflect back on everything that's happened. Like, I feel like I didn't even have time to really reflect on my college career because it ended so fast. And then I came here and was trying to give everything I could to this team and kind of move on and put all that behind me and help this team, get back to the playoffs. I feel like I had a solid year, but for me, the fun part is, like, I feel like I'm just scratching the surface, and I'm one that's nitpicking every single thing I do. And I know I want to, help this franchise get even better, help my teammates get even better, be better for my teammates. And I know there's a lot of room for me to continue to improve. So that's what excites me the most. I feel like I can continue to get a lot better. And before we know it, I'm sure we'll all be back here and ready for the next year.
A look here at more history by Caitlin Clark, the third most points by a rookie in a playoff game on this night, although her Fever come up short. So much growth in a short amount of time as Caitlin Clark's rookie campaign comes to a close.